as a party representative, as the member of National Executive Committee of Bharatiya Janata Party, I had gone to Cochin, Alleppey to pay my condolences to the family of our beloved brother, Advocate Ranjit Srinivasan, who was brutally murdered a few days back. The murder, which took place in a very, very gruesome manner, it's there for everyone to see. It was well planned, well executed murder, which happened in a broad daylight in his home itself. It is very unfortunate to see these kind of murders happening in Kerala time and again. I firmly believe politics, whichever party they belong to, cannot be an eye for an eye or a vindictiveness. Every party claims that they're working for the state and the nation. And we at BJP would like to completely believe in that. And thus, we say that the party and the politics should be clean. People behind the murder of Advocate Ranjit, why this murder happened, it's there for everyone to see, and the state government cannot deny that they are not aware of it. 2 people have been arrested from SDFI in the morning, is what the newspaper says. But when this murder happened, the police station, which is just 200 meters away from Ranjit Srinivasan's house, they were lethargic in their action. They could have easily closed the exit points and arrested the murderers. But that did not happen, and we are not aware, we are not sure whether the actual murderers, the actual perpetrator of this gruesome murder, whether they are still in the state or they have fled the state. This is an eyewash when the state government says that 2 people have been arrested. This murder and a murder prior to that, and a murder prior to that, and it goes on. I would like to urge the Honorable CM of Kerala, Shri Surendran Vijayan sir, please look into it and let's make sure that the murder of Advocate Ranjit Srinivasan is the last one in the state, which is politically motivated. Nobody gains anything from these kind of murders. And when it comes to Ranjit Srinivas, he was a very God-fearing, simple-hearted party worker, a beloved father, a very dutiful husband and a son. We need justice when it comes to these kind of murders. We need justice to be delivered at the earliest. And we, as we feel that losing Ranjit Srinivas was losing a family member to us, we will not keep quiet until unless justice is given. If not to anybody else, it is government's duty to make sure the justice is delivered to the old, inconsolable mother, a wife who had dreams of growing old with a man she loved. Most importantly, those 2 young girls who are in 6th and 9th standard, who have been orphaned without a father at such a young age. No words of comfort, no words of compassion can ever fill the vacuum that has been left behind or the pain which will remain in their hearts for lifelong. The other reason why I'm in Kerala is because the government of India has come up with one Poshan Abhiyan, which is we are looking at children aged between 0 and 6 who are malnutritioned. They might think, the opposition might think that you already have children who are registered with Anganwadi, but we love to work little differently. And we have almost 7.5 crore children who are registered with Anganwadis all over the country. But our census says that we still have over 7 crore children who are not registered with Anganwadi, and we need to register those children and give them all that it requires to make them healthy. We firmly believe आज का स्वस्थ बच्चा कल का स्वस्थ भारत. A very, very healthy child tomorrow will be the base of a very healthy country tomorrow. The government of India has started an app called Poshan Abhiyan, Poshan Tracker app, where we can register the children and provide them with all the nutritional supplements which is required with age between 0 and 6. Kerala alone, we have 9% of children who are underweight, 5.6% of children who are malnutrition, undernutrition. So we are looking at those children and we need to bring them out and provide them with all it takes. I'm here as the steering committee member of Swasth Balak Balika Spardha, which is launched by the government of India. We are working on these lines not to take the party forward, but to take as all the other schemes of the government of India to the people. This is not at all politically motivated. This is not at all to gain any political mileage, because when it comes to the citizens of this country, especially our children, whom we firmly believe and we understand they are going to take the country forward, we need to identify such children. Me being a mother myself, I understand how important it is for your child to be completely nutritioned. So we are forming a team, and that is how we are taking this forward. And we are very sure that in a very little span of time, we will be able to identify such children all across the country who have been working in different states, and we will be able to identify these left out children aged between 0 and 6 and provide them with all that it takes. Now I'm open to your questions.
You were mentioning about malnourishment and people who are malnourished, 9% underweight. So what exactly is the plan of action by the state, by the initiative that you are about to part of the steering committee?
Okay. We are going to register these children at different levels, and we are going to speak to the parents. We are going to run camps throughout the state in different parts of the country, or every state, like we have a steering committee where we have been given responsibility of different states, and Kerala comes under my responsibility. I'm responsible for Kerala state. Kerala, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Andaman Nicobar and Lakshadweep. These are the 5 states which come under my governance, and this is where I'm going to take it forward. I'm going state-wise, meeting people, and we are going to work, and we need complete help of the state government also. It is not about, when I say this has nothing to do as a party worker, this is completely do as the union government, the central government. We need the help of the state government also, so that we can address the people. We can address 52% of women, especially pregnant women. 52% of pregnant women in our country are anemic, which leads to malnutrition children when they are born. And that's why we say between 0 and 6, because between 0 and 6 is when the child needs the maximum nutrition. So we start with these children first. We identify them, we provide them. The government of India is going to provide them with all these supplements and the kind of food they need to keep them nutritioned. And we will not be able to do this without the help of the state government, without the help of the health secretary, without the help of the urban commissioner, labor commissioner, and everyone. So we need to have a joint effort. And at this point, I would like to very humbly request the state government, our Honorable CM Pinarayi Vijayan sir, to please help us not look into this as a political mileage program, but as something which can help the state also and take the country forward and the state, because in Kerala you have the maximum number of literacy. Highest rate of literacy is Kerala. So we need to make them understand that though we have 100% of literacy, why do we still have 9% of underweight and 5.6% of undernourished children? We have a people who will be working, we have health volunteers, we have people from different spaces of life, but I will not be able to camp here completely because there are 5 states which come under my responsibility. So I'll be touring in different states. Like tonight I go to Bangalore, tomorrow I have a meeting with the committee on in Bangalore in Karnataka. So I'm going state-wise, I'm going to different places. Of course now there are certain areas which you don't have to go in person because of the connectivity problem. So thanks to the technology, we are able to connect on internet, we are able to connect on Zoom or WebEx. So we are conducting meetings non-stop. Every day we are conducting meetings. But yes, wherever there is a possibility of physical presence, I will be there.
You have heard about Attapadi, tribal habitat Kerala. Hope you have heard about Attapadi, the
Tribal area.
And then recently there were reports about malnutrition deaths, infant deaths. Are you planning to visit there?
Everything. We have a team which is also going to work with the tribal areas. When we say 0 to 6 children, we are not looking at children from different stratas. We say we are addressing children from 0 to 6, and that means irrespective of their social strata, irrespective of which category they belong to. So our tribal people are definitely part of this strategy, and they will be included into this.
Could you tell us something about the fund resources and mobilization of this particular scheme that you're talking about? Is it like a 100% centrally funded scheme, or is it like as you said, there's a cooperative federalism, there's something that the state also needs to, and at what level? Is it on the district level or the taluk level? At what level is this particular work that is going to be starting?
See, we're starting at the state level first, and then of course we will not be able to work if we are not getting people involved from the district and the mandal levels. So it goes to every level because you need to identify. If I say that I'm going to sit in Trivandrum and ask my team to identify the children, like you said, in the tribal areas or the interior parts of Kerala, it won't be possible. So we need people in different spheres of life and different areas where they will specifically work in those portions. As far as it will be completely state funded or centrally funded, that I would leave to my the main committee chairperson, Mr. Dr. Anil Jain. He will be calling the press very soon, and he'll be addressing to it. I will not get involved in that. My duty is to make sure that the meeting happens, we run this campaign, and we take it as much as forward, bring in a lot of awareness among the people. What happens is the minute you talk about conducting these kind of camps, people from probably higher society strata, they might feel that why would I take my child to a camp? I'd rather take my child to a pediatrician or to a nutritionist. And every mother would like to believe that my child is the healthiest one, even if the child is a little overweight. I have been that kind of a mother, but trust me, even an overweight child means that the child can be malnutritioned. So we need to identify those kind of children. And we take this message forward that there is a camp. Like we run about breast cancer awareness. We run about, like for mothers, breastfeeding mothers, how important it is for the lactating mothers to take care of their health. About the protein diet, or whether it is about has been prescribed by the gynecologist or the doctors. And also when we talk about any kind of COVID, we were talking about awareness, how important it is. There was a drive. So this is a movement, and this movement is people's movement where we involved every person, including your good self, to spread a message that my child should be nutritioned. My child should be healthy. Tomorrow, I don't want any kind of a problem with my child. So it's not about, though the government of India is taking it forward, it does not mean the responsibility ends with government of India or the state government is going to be involved. So the responsibility ends with the state government. I think when we are spreading out a message for the people, a scheme which is for the people of this country, for the children of this country, it becomes every citizen's responsibility to spread this message and create awareness. Anything else?
Regarding the political murders, now we have seen that BJP has for a central agency to investigate this matter. Recently, there was a petition given to the governor as well. How do you, can BJP limit itself to only that role, or do you think that there could be more done by the party?
See, a murder is a murder, irrespective which party the person belonged to. We have lost a human life. It would be very unfair to say that Ranjit belonged to BJP or prior to that somebody else belonged to a different political party. Every family, when a man is murdered, every family, irrespective of political party, let's be a little sensitive towards it. A family member loses their loved ones. So we need to put a full stop to this. When I say I urge the CM to look into these murders, it's not for Ranjit alone. I think we need to put a full stop. We have seen almost 22 murders in the last 5 years, and all of them were politically motivated. So we need to put a full stop to this. An eye for an eye is not a solution to a political problem. Every political party has their own time. Every political party, they are decided by the people, the voting people, they are chosen by the people. So why have this kind of an enmity and create these kind of messes around? We don't need to do it. Politics can be clean. Politics can be about nation. Politics can be about serving the people and what all you can do for the people. I mean, the kind of problems Kerala has been facing, there is about Silver Line problem, what we are talking about, the problem about the high-speed and semi-speed railway. So, I mean, the government is already under so much of debt, and where are they going to invest so much? How are you going to invest? And you have a timeline when it comes about Silver Line, you say by 2025. You have not even acquired the lands. You are in 2022, another 3 days. You have not even acquired the lands. 1 year delay is going to cost you 3,500 crores more, and that is not the government money. 64,000 crores on the project, that is exchequer's money. What is the planning which is going to go into it? You're looking at a footfall, a ride fall of 79,000 people a day in 2025. Those are all, building a castle in the air. You do not know until unless actually it comes out. And even the experts say that this is a bizarre calculation where though no mind has been applied into looking into these calculations. So we need to understand, where are we heading? What are we doing? Yes, the opposition might say that, oh, you have a corridor coming up, you have something coming up in Goa, Kasaragod, you have something coming up in UP. Yes, but there has been a complete mind which has been applied into it, and how it's going to, the lands have been acquired, the work has started. But here, every delay in every project is going to cost a man paying out of his, every human, whether you buy one glass of tea, or you buy a bottle of water, or you buy even a kilo of tomatoes or potatoes. It's going to go from the exchequer's pocket. So a common man is going to bear the burden. But is it going into the right direction? You're talking about 2057 is what we are talking about. Well, let's see where we go 5 years later. 2025 is just 3 years, and we have done nothing as yet. So 2057 is like you're looking at next to next generation. 35 years down the lane. Where are we heading?
So you're basically saying Silver Line project is definitely not possible in Kerala.
No, they already have. The union government has already brought in a high-speed railway line. So why not, just because you have an ego where you say, I'm not going to work with the union government, but I'm going to form something on my silver line myself. So, both state and the central government need to coexist, need to work together. Any which ways, it's exchequer's money. No government is going to pay from the pocket. But how we can lessen the burden of the people is what is important. Is the Kerala government ready to spend 64,000 crores from its own pocket, despite of having so much of loan and the debts in the government? Are they ready to spend so much? And every year delay is going to cost you another 3,500 crores, which is not a small amount. Who is going to bear the cost? So you need to think into it. You need to go into it and look into it, that how are you going to do it. That is what is important. Yeah.
Any other questions?
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you, and sorry once again.